that in some of our churches, in some of our areas, we don't have a lot of people to choose from. And many times, the same people have to serve in their positions for years and years and years. I applaud all of that. I am grateful for those saints who have served long years in their areas, for they teach me loyalty. They teach me commitment. They teach me dedication. They teach me the love of God and the love of church. So, we have to come to a point where we recognize there's a need for us to recreate ourselves when opportunity presents itself. In some of our churches, we don't have that luxury. But in churches where we have it, we got to learn how to recreate. I got to make a little me. And I hope that the me I'm making is glad with the Lord. In some situations, I applaud us saying, I have held this position for 30 years. And other times when there are others who are waiting in the cut for an opportunity. That means if we've held that position for 30 years, that means we have denied a whole generation. A whole generation. Am I making this sense? There is a need for us when opportunity presents itself to recognize that even though my role was to do it, I am no less important because my role changes from doing it to teaching other folks how to do it. I go from a worker to a supervisor, to a teacher, to a facilitator, to a counselor. Am I making any sense? You are just as important. It's just that your role is not the same. Am I making any sense? How do we, and this is a challenge for us, the older we get, the older I get, the more I understand it. My role changes. I like the University of Alabama football team. Okay, bye. By the way, we're coming back. At one time, the University of Ohio State, we come back. Okay. But check this out. Alabama has been known for its running backs. And most good teams are known for their star players. And I found out something about Nick Saban. He does not wait until that player is a senior before he starts recruiting somebody else. Let's see if I can put it to you this way. By the time one running back is playing, it's probably his junior and senior year, but he got 2 or 3 others who just came in. They already started to watch this dude so that when his time is out, they ready to roll in. Am I making any sense? I watched Alabama, and at one time there was a Mark Ingram who went on to become the Heisman winner. But while Mark Ingram was playing and running in his last couple of years, Trent Richardson was on the sideline. Trent Richardson was waiting his turn. He recognized that in a couple of years that Ingram was going to be out of the way. It was going to be his time to step up. When Trent Richardson, if you will, stepped up, Eddie Lacy was sitting right there on the sideline saying, Trent, you got 2 years. And then after you finish, I'm going to be coming. After Eddie Lacy, T.J. Dillon was on the sideline. T.J. Dillon is saying, just wait my turn. I'm going to get that too. Who you got behind you? Who you got waiting on you? And I'm not talking about because you can't do the job. I'm talking about because your job role has changed. You are just as important. I need somebody to teach me. Y'all don't mind me saying this way. I thank God for Bishop Paul A.G. Stewart. If it had not been for Bishop Stewart, I'd be lost. Somebody said I'm lost now, but that's all right. But his role changes, and now he has retired. I still get on the phone and call him. Am I making sense? You are just as important, even if you are not doing the actual work. And young folks don't ever get to a point where you think you got patent on wisdom and knowledge. God didn't waste wisdom on you for this, but rather he gave it to those who have been through some life experience. That's why every now and then we got to call on those who are older than us and allow them to help us, to groom us, to teach us, to show us the right way. That's God's design. We get caught up. Now we got to move, y'all, from this thing without feeling like this is my position. And I've been had it for 30 years, and ain't nobody going to get it. And then if somebody moves you out of that position as a pastor, represent somebody else, you upset you and your family leaving the church. What's wrong with that picture? Recognize that my role has changed. I am just as important whether or not I'm doing the work. And if you are changed, I started out by saying we've been changed. If we have been changed, then you recognize our time is seasonal. I don't care how good we are. You will not stay in a position all your life. You are not going to live all the way. Somewhere down the line, you're going to get a little feeble. Somewhere down the line, you're going to get sick. Somewhere down the line, you're not going to be able to do what you need. Now, why are we going to wait until we're too old to do anything but be old? Before we start grooming somebody else to do what we've done. And I'm going to say something to you. I'm talking about pass on the torch. I just thought. Y'all remember Mr. Hightower? I think about Brother Hightower all the time. Brother Hightower, you get nothing to do. Brother Hightower, when I got to College Temple, was an older man. He was so graceful and poised, to do it for, but he had no problem whatsoever, just sitting around and waiting his turn to do whatever anybody asked. Brother Hightower, will you pray for us today? Yes. Graceful, poised, didn't get upset because his name was not called, but waited for his name to be called. And I found out something Brother Hightower was one of the most well-respected, well-loved, didn't ask for it, but got what he wanted it. That's what God rewards. He wants us to keep going. I said preaching. I said potential. Let me leave that to last. I want to talk about prayer. Just a quick minute on prayer. And I want to go back and thank Dr. Bryant. You led us beautifully. Oh, you were in Michigan and you had the ear, but I didn't hear that. So if I say something what you said, I'll give you credit. But it's talking to you about the ear. Brother Bryant had us to understand when we were in the Mission Indiana conference that we got to take prayer seriously. For many of us, we relegate prayer to a few minutes before Bible study. And that's not cutting it.
No, sir. No, sir.
Prayer is so important that prayer ought not be just a minute or so before you move on to other business.
Come on now.
That you think is important. Y'all know for many of us, our prayer service goes along with Bible study. He was trying to get us to understand prayer ought to be set aside by itself because I need to have some folk praying. And a part of praying is not just getting caught up in what you said, but a part of praying is sitting back and saying, now Lord, what you going to say? That was the way he shared. So I want to challenge us to have powerful praying ministry. Bishop Ison one time made a quick statement, and I won't go into all the detail, but he said you get what you ask for. So if you're praying and praying that the Lord would do something for you, and really believing and having faith in your prayers, that's when things begin to happen. Pastor will give you a tip for church conference. Pray before church conference.
Yes, sir.
I ain't talking about pray, Lord bless us and control of our hearts, our minds, and the words of our mouth, meditation. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about asking the Lord for what you want.
Yes, sir.
Pray seriously. Take a minute. Lay it down. I'm telling y'all what I'm asking the pastor to do for y'all. Get ready because I need y'all to pray with him. In a minute, pray. Lord, we got some real life issues coming up. And I know that some folks want this, and some folks might be over here. But we need your intervention. It might not be a situation that any of us are wrong. It's just the way that we think. Lord, I really need you to put us on the same page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And allow us not to think what we think individually, but what is good for our group, but what is best for the church and for the advancement of your mission. Deliver me. Deliver us from selfishness, self-centeredness, where we are only concerned about my group. But help me to recognize that we are a part of the whole. And let me not get so caught up in what's best even for my church on this block in this city, but show me how I can help advance your kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. Pray for what you want. Pray for peace. Pray for harmony. Pray that you all will be able to get together. And even pray that when you have a difference of opinion, it's not that you're mad with each other, it's just that you got a difference of opinion. God did not make all of us to have the same color. Right. Pray for what you want. Sincere prayer. Members, pray with your pastor. We should not be on different teams. Teams. Act like y'all forgot yesterday. Teams. We all on the same team.